Hello, I'm Dr. Daryl Harris. I'm a full professor in the Theater and Dance program in the School of the Arts, or SOTA, at Northern Kentucky University. I teach primarily race, gender, and theater courses, where we read a series of scripts that deal with those topics and then discuss the ideas that are expressed in those scripts. I love this form of education because it's an interchange of ideas, an exchange of ideas that come from people from various parts of the region, the country, and even the world. And this is one of the best ways to learn, particularly as regards social issues, because we're exchanging views from people of various members of our larger global society and our global community. As an extension of that focus, I've recently been the moderator for a series of discussions that School of the Arts sponsored called the SOTA Summit Series. The series started in 2020 in response to the effects that the slaying of George Floyd had on our students, and also the discomfort that they felt both in the larger culture and even at the school culture regarding the climate around those events. It was an opportunity for them to express their feelings, but also to hear responses from professionals in the arts, in music, visual arts, and theater from around the country, as well as alumni who discuss their experiences both at NKU and out in the larger world, in the workforce. We've continued this series since that time, and where we hear voices from members of various ethnic and racial groups, and as well as members of various gender identifications. I mentioned that discussion was one of the highest forms of education. I think my favorite form of education is international travel. Travel anywhere is educational and invaluable to the individual. Travel across the street to a different neighborhood, but especially international travel, because it offers you the maximum opportunity to exchange ideas from people who have a larger variety of experiences. And by exchange, I mean exchange. You learn from them, and they learn from you. As I do in my classrooms, I learn as much from my students as they do from me. I recently did a lecture for a school, Central Washington University, called Black Out, the Afrocentric Aesthetic and Global Outreach, where I highlighted my past 50 years of international travel and doing outreach programs in various countries and various continents, every continent except Antarctica. And again, these were exchange opportunities. These are opportunities to expose myself to different ideas and different ways of thinking and different cultures, but also for them to see that America and Americans are far different and more varied than what they may see on TV, and that it truly is, or at least can be, the melting pot that it proposes to be. So it was a fascinating opportunity. Those experiences were a fascinating opportunity to share and to learn. Again, international travel, I believe, is at the height. NKU offers a variety of opportunities to do that through our study abroad programs, study away programs, because we value that opportunity to learn in certain subjects. There are certain subjects where you have to just sit in a classroom and learn. If it's brain surgery 101, you have to sit and learn the basics of where a brain is, etc. And but there are other social subjects and arts subjects where that is of value. We took a group of students to Barbados, where we looked at one of the origins of enslavement in this country, one of the first stops that slave ships made coming from Africa to this country, and the results of those events on the culture today. My all-time favorite opportunity was 2019 with a semester at sea, which I strongly suggest you look into. It was a semester spent on a ship that went around the world, and we looked at subject matter as it related to each port where we stopped. For example, in Ghana, my class went to spent the day with a theater company in Ghana where we learned the basics of their dance and their theater approach. There are various ways to scholarship. There are various ways to education. There are various ways to developing the person that you want to be. And one of them, I believe, is through discussion, as I said, through exchange of ideas from people who are different from you, whatever you are, somebody who's different from that, whether you identify as a male, having discussions with females, if you identify as a Martian, have discussions with people who identify as Plutonian, for example. And along with that, traveling, going other places. Again, if it's just across the street, just out of your neighborhood, traveling to NKU, where we can expose you to a variety of ways of thinking and ways of finding who you are. Thank you. I hope this was helpful to you. Bye.